It's Damon the Global Gardener. You're back with me at the Dominican Republic National Botanic Garden, Santo Domingo. Really cool rocks and bricks pattern. This is the main road coming in, street. It's like not for like regular cars. It's for they have a little train they make you ride around the back of the place that you don't really need to see. And because you can walk to the orchidarium. What the heck is this? Peacock out of metal, because why not? And Bougainvillea, variegated, very beautiful. You can walk to the areas that are interesting. But unless you want like a general tour of plants in Dominican Republic that are kind of anywhere there's tropical plants have fairly similar stuff, then go on the train by all means. But if you're like me and you've studied plants your whole life and you visit botanic gardens around the world, you may not be quite as thrilled with the ride in the train with all the tourists. Very large koi. Oh, he thinks I got food, but I don't. Oh, that's a monster beast. Whoa, man, what the heck? The dark, deep monster beast. This is pretty cool, the little dribbling aerators from the upper pond to the lower pond. Everybody's leaving because it's raining. Wimps, bye bye, adios. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Lotus Lilies. Wow, there was another giant orange and black koi. Those are worth like a lot of money. They're usually in private gardens because people will put it under their coat in a place like this and wander out with it and put it in their cooler with some water and sell it for thousands of dollars. So this is like the academic area, Department of Education. This is I think it's a water storage tank from what I could gather. This is a colorful dial clock. Reloj floral. Culturas popular. So, spin the dial. Come back to this tiled item. There's some heliconias. I was looking for those in that garden. I thought was heliconias, but my Spanish kind of sucks, so I was wrong about what it was. It was ferns. The back side of whatever the clock thing. It's not really quite tilted enough. And I'm going back here because it said there was a garden of the senses. Oh, and perhaps this path is some indicator that there's a garden of the senses. More giant. Oh, those are traveling palms. And that's a tree growing out of a former tree because it's already collected the minerals and made the pathways for the roots, and then they decompose into compost, so it just encourages the next roots to travel those pathways, soak up all that good nutrition. Well, this is interesting. I came over to the clock, but I didn't realize there was anything behind it. And then there was a QR code that you saw I found in the other video, and it had the actual map of the place. Because there's the map posted on the outside, but there's not a map. I asked for a map at the ticket counter, and they said there wasn't one. Just get on the train. So anyway, I found the QR code on one of the direction signs, and did it a quick once over a couple times, haha, and found that there was a garden of the senses that we needed to visit together. This is Damon. Thanks for joining me. Putting up with my complaints because I want to have a wonderful garden experience with you. Wow, timber bamboo. Wow, this is a cool bridge. Look at that. This Tradescantia. It's got purple undersides of the leaves. Ooh, they got bananas out here, which I just learned here in Dominican Republic they call them platanos, of course, but also Goiano. And I saw that on a bunch of menus, and I was like, what is Goiano? What is Goiano? And finally looked it up. It's the origin of platanos. It's where, or bananas. It's where they came from in the between Philippines and Malaysia, the Malay archipelago is where bananas originated. So that was an interesting learn that I'm delighted to share with you. Origin of bananas. The origin of coconuts, they don't quite know, because there's two main different ones. These look like guavas, although the leaves look a little different, so, and there's no placard. No helpful placard in this botanic garden. I want my 275 Dominican pesos back. Where was I with cocos? They don't know exactly where. They think maybe India, or maybe they float over to India, or maybe it's probably the same archipelago area where monocot grass is transformed into bananas and then were brought over here 500 years ago. Look at that tree trunk. It's not one trunk, it's a whole series of them that sprouted up together and joined forces. Neato. Wow, and that's not the normal banyan tree, is it? It must be. That's so banyan-y. Banyaning together. Coconuts, yeah, so you're distracting me. That was me distracting me. Cocos, they don't know exactly, because there's two different main ones, but they could have floated around the world one way, it could have floated around the other way. They just know that they can float and deposit themselves on basically all the other islands, so it's hard to know where they developed exactly, even with genetic testing, because nowadays they're everywhere, so everywhere that they can grow they are, and probably some places they can't really grow they are, like in rich people's greenhouses and stuff. I'm still looking for this sensory garden of the senses, sensory garden. These are called pawpaws, which in North America, pawpaws are a native fruit that's very similar to a mango that, yeah, can freeze and take temperatures, but pawpaws anywhere else are papaya. Oh, irrigation. So to like containerize things and then put irrigation on them. Interesting. All right, why not? Sure, okay. There's a little baby pawpaw. Papaya. Ooh, that one's loaded with flowers. There's some bananas on the edge. This was pepino, which is cucumbers. They're long gone. And something smells amazing. Cilantro is also long gone. It's just a bunch of weeds now. Berenjena is eggplant. Ahi. What is ahi? Solanaceae. I thought it was garlic. Maybe that's aho. Ahi. Oh, they're little tiny peppers. Teeny tiny peppers. That makes sense. Solanaceae. Ahi. Okay, now I know. Tiny little crazy hot, probably, peppers. Alright, rain. More bananas to round it out. Tomate. Long gone. Wow, is that English ivy? Oh my goodness. No, that's Hotunia. A different noxious weed. That's edible. Hotunia, look that one up. Okay, Huerto Pedagogical. Pedagogical. Pedagogical Huerto? I don't know what that means off the top of my terrible Spanish brain. Something, a learning garden of some kind. Borage? Boragnaceae? There's a you can tell the Fabaceaes, these really light leaves that make a nice canopy. Fabaceae being the Leguminaceae, being the ones who deposit fertilizer, nitrogen into the soil. Well, I did not see a sensory garden back there, did you? Maybe I missed it. Maybe the map is outdated. Maybe they should put one in. Maybe it's suggestive. I suggest it. Alright, here's the train station. There's sort of a cafe there, but again, COVID times, nothing's open because nobody would come there but you and me. So thanks again for joining me. We'll look at this tren. I covered the seats with plastico. And we will sign off on the tren as I head toward the éxito of the Jardín Botanico Dominicana, República Dominicana, Santo Domingo, in the early side of 2022, hopefully the late side of the pandemic world insanity. Enough said on that topic. All right. See, they have dos tren, one tren, dos tren, uno tren. Bad Spanish man. Okay, and I will reveal myself as the Sith that I may or may not be. Damon, the global gardener, here in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. I wanted to show you the front, but it's still very far away. I'm trying to sign off and dodge the rain here a bit. Crusty umbrella, not too rusty yet. Here is a beautiful mess of goodness in a palm tree. That might even be a date palm. Palm botella. Bottle palm? I don't know. That's probably a different tree. Anyway, much happy gardening to you this season and evermore, and be well.